Hi, SAC kids. Miss Debra here again today. I'm trying to put some projects together using different items because we're all going to have different things at home to create the same project just with different things. So I saw this really neat thing. It's called a scuba diver in a bottle. And some of you may have done this before in school or another class or another program or maybe even in SAC. But it's something fun to play with and do at home as well. So I got a 2-liter pop bottle. So you can use other kinds of bottles. They just have to be able to seal at the top with a cap. And I've tried the smaller water bottles because I figured a lot of us are going to have those smaller water bottles, and I wasn't able to make them work, but you might be able to make them work. A lot of it depends, I think, on the materials you use and things like that. So I tried a lot of different materials. So I'm going to do the original one, and then I will tell you some variations that I came up with, and then you could try them out and let me know how they worked. Don't forget, my email's ddavis1@helenaschools.org, and I will respond to you. We can talk back and forth, and you tell me what projects you want to do, and I'll try to make them happen, okay? So first thing you need is a flexible straw, and what that means is it needs to bend. A bendy straw, and you're going to pull it all the way out so that the bendy part is stretched all the way out. And then you're going to fold it in half so it's the same on both sides, and then you're going to take the scissors and you're going to cut it about 1 inch. So you're cutting both sides, not just one, both sides, okay? And then you have a little, I don't know if you can see it so well, scuba tank. And we're going to take that and we're going to get a paper clip. And the paper clip has these 2 pokey ends, right? So you're going to put this straw on the pokey ends. One side goes on one pokey end and the other side goes on the other pokey end. And it can be kind of tricky, but there it is. We have a little tiny scuba tank. So one of the originals showed you cut out a little person out of tin foil, which could be off the tin foil that you used for dinner, or it could be a tin foil pie plate. The heavier the tin foil, the better this guy floats. So you're going to take this guy and see on the back, you're going to put this guy between the straw and the paper clip, right? And I used a little bit bigger paper clips. So I have this little spot right here where I can attach stuff. And my thoughts are that you could attach a lot of different stuff. But what has worked for me so far is I have this blue Play-Doh. And I just took a little gob of it, just a little tiny gob, about that big. And I pressed it on to the end. Just pressed it on there so it would stay on there. So now, here's the front of my guy. Here's the back of my guy. And you probably want to press so there's more Play-Doh by the tanks than, but make sure your tank still can get air in the bottoms right here, see? And then you're going to take this guy. First, we got to fill up the rest of this bottle with water because the water line needs to be right about here. So the neck of the bottle still has an air pocket in it. Okay, I filled it up most of the way. Whoops. Hopefully, oop. Oh my gosh, I'm a messy scientist. Luckily, I got my sink right there. So here is about where you want to fill it, okay? And so I'm going to take my scuba diver that we just made, and we're going to stick him in here, and hopefully he'll float. Let's see what he does. He floats! Ta-da! Okay, now that he's floating, we're going to put the cap on. And now we want him to dive, okay? So I have to wave the bottle because the bottle's really wet. Okay, so now we want him to dive. So how we're going to make him dive is we're going to grab the bottle on both sides and we're just going to squeeze it. And he goes down and he comes up. And he goes down and he comes up. When you put him in the bottle, you use the straw and he's not floating, try another straw, because sometimes those straws have little tiny holes in them and then he can't float because he doesn't have any air in his tanks. So also some variations, we're going to give them a try for the first time together because I didn't get a chance to try every single one. So let's see what we got here. So I did try this. I tried a cap off a Sharpie marker. And the reason I picked the cap is because it doesn't have, I don't know if you can see or not, but it doesn't have a hole in the end. And a lot of pens have in their cap, they have a hole in the end. Can you see that? And so therefore the air, it can't be an air tank because it can't hold any air, right? So I am going to put the paper clip. See where that little thing is on the cap? So I put the paper clips like that because I'm hoping that that's going to work. Earlier I tried this and I think I put too big of a paper clip on, and so I do have a smaller for it because you need a tail because you have to have weight. Weight is what makes the scuba diver go up and down and up and down. So we're going to try a smaller paper clip and see if this guy will float. Let's first do the floating test. He floats. Look at that. So there's the floating test. Now let's see if we can get him to dive. Well, hot diggity. So the first time I tried it, I put 3 big paper clips on that cap. And the second time I tried it, I put 2 big ones and 1 little one, and that was just the right weight. This experiment is about buoyancy. And the reason that he goes up and down is because there's air that's in these tanks. It pushes up and it's the pressure going from both directions that make it buoyant in the water. So, or have buoyancy in the water. I don't know if I always speak so correctly, but I had some other ideas that you could use. I'm not sure if they'll work or not. So I just want to give you guys some ideas of how to do some things. I think there are some pen caps that are smaller that you could use for a scuba diver tank as well. Another thing you could do is you could take a solo cup and cut little guys out of that, or people, and you can make them any way you want. Mine just looks kind of like a fish, but it has to be up, you know. And then, or you can cut a guy out of tinfoil, or a guy or a girl. You can use Play-Doh, you can use putty, you can use paper clips, you can use other stuff. So let me know if you tried this project and how it went, and make me a video. Show me how it went. Drop me a line, ddavis1 at helenaschools.org. See you guys soon. Miss you lots. Bye.